that. But there's not as many books about how to do that well in community.
Okay.
How do we find our place in this complexifying, diversifying world without losing ground, without compromising on who we are and what we believe in, but also meeting others. Because to me, what we're not doing, we're very good at respecting each other. We're not very good at moving beyond respect into genuine new synergies, culturally speaking. So multiculturalism is an amazing phenomena, but the downside of that, it can, I'm not saying it does, but it can isolate us into these like group of identities that we respect.
So things like a religion might get in the way of getting to know someone.
Yeah, that's one
better.
aspect of it.
Yeah.
The other aspect is how can different religions come together to learn from each other, to grow with each other. So how can we, it's a little bit like this. In order for me and you to go into the relationship, I don't need to lose myself.
Right.
Right? So the same thing with religions. In order for two religions to grow in their relationship, the people who are religious in each group don't have to give up on their own religion. People sometimes have a hard time shifting from, I can understand that in friendships, but I can't understand that in worldviews.
Yeah.
And what we're seeing right now is a war of worldviews in religion, in culture, and society. And I think part of that is that we don't have the right maps to get us beyond that, and that's what the book is about.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
It does.
I believe that we don't really know how to do it yet well. And I'm not saying that I have a solution, but I am saying that I'm trying to create a kind of conversation that is currently not happening as much as I would like it to see. Conversation where we ask ourselves not only about the problems of the world, but the thinking behind that got us to the problems of the world. So we're kind of stepping back and going, okay, this is what's going on. How do we get here? And why are we seeing such a retraction in many countries into authoritarianism, into group identity, into extreme politics, into narcissism, into dislocation? These are all documented phenomena that are spiking.
Yeah.
And clearly, these are adaptations that are not working. So consciousness is trying to evolve. That's all I'm saying.
And perhaps one of the reasons for seems to be an epidemic of loneliness.
Totally. Yeah. Back to the sense of being a misfit. Back to the sense of not finding our place in the world because of globalization. Because we lost our lineages, we lost our tribes, we lost our religions, we lost social and cultural context. So we gained freedom, incredible amount of freedom, which is awesome. But we paid the price in that freedom to kind of be thrown into the universe all on our own. So I don't want people to go back, but what's ahead of that?
Yeah. Well, so I guess basically the people who have kind of freed themselves, for lack of a better term, from all of that, and then those people who tend to cling to it too closely, perhaps.
Yeah, every worldview has a shadow.
Yeah.
Progressive worldviews have shadows that sometimes I'm actually having a harder time claiming. Liberal worldview has shadow, individualistic worldviews have shadow, and religious and ethnocentric. So each one of these perspectives truly and honestly believe that they're seeing reality. But they're all seeing reality through the filter of their worldview.
Right.
So if we can get everybody into a room and say, we're all stuck in these worldviews, what happens then? But not only that, not just like some sort of nihilistic, relativistic, it's all structures of the mind, but saying every single worldview in this room matters.
Yeah.
That's where I think people are having a hard time. They'll be like, yeah, I can deconstruct reality. Sure, yeah, it's all culture and social. But saying the person who believes in God matters, and the person who is an atheist matters, and the person who is a radical postmodern matters, and these three need to work together.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
It will be. It will be. It sounds like a life's work.
Yeah. I'm just putting it out there. I'm going, you guys go do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm just kidding. But yeah. So that's what I'm playing right now. I feel like that's where the edge of consciousness is. And yeah.
So where do you see this taking you? Not just personally, but in terms of your career. Like, is this going to force you off of Bowen into world tours?
No, because I don't want to lead. I want to lead from behind. I'm not interested in being this. It's not what I came here to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put the book out, and I'm going to, if it catches on, I'll do some trainings for those who want to take the lead and do the book tours, and that's all. That's all. Yeah. That's, like I said, that's not what I came here to do. I think I want to be part of a growing movement of people who are noticing this and collaborate for the sake of our sanity and sustainability.